Hello and welcome to the Looming Dread. Uh, it's been a while, I would say. It's a leap year, so every 4 years, we get an extra day. So you know what? It ended up being on a Thursday. So you know what? Perfect time to get back to the game, right? The party have gotten to the capital of the Dwarven lands. They're going to be meeting with the Stone Czar himself. What that will entail, I don't know. Well, we'll have to see what happens. But with that, Mega, introduce yourself. Who are you? Who are you playing? And what rumors, positive or negative, has your character heard about the Stone Czar?
Hello, welcome to Raphael. Um, so,
He's really quiet.
You
Yeah,
sound
yeah,
you sound really quiet. Hold on, let me check the Discord. Let me see if I can bump you up just a little bit. Oh, he's kind of bumped all the way. Might be something with the mouse. Well, while we're waiting on that.
is that any better? Waiting on that.
Oh, a little bit better? What about everybody else?
A little bit better? What about everybody else?
Very slightly, but he sounds like he's almost far away or something. I don't know why.
Don't mess with it.
Yeah, while you do that, Nanika, how about you go? Introduce yourself. Who are you? Who are you playing? What rumors have you heard about the Stone Czar?
Hey yo, Nanuka here. I'm playing Mars, the Forgeborn Wizard. Rumors about the Stone Czar, you say? I heard they are very solid. Solid like a rock.
No, we all got it.
This is where someone's like, "Hey, leave the puns to the professionals." But to be like a Stone Czar, I feel like that makes sense. You have to be a very hardened exterior person, so that actually does work. Zen, how about you go next? Introduce yourself. Who are you? Who are you playing? What has your character heard about from the Stone Czar, positively or negatively?
Hey, I'm Zen. I'm playing Ruvier Calix, the Wood Elf Cleric. Not directly, but kind of seems like they're not a good person. Like, very, I guess, authoritarian.
Mm-hmm. I think with the title like Czar, that does kind of permeate like an authoritarian kind of aura about it, which also makes sense. Zure, introduce yourself. Who are you? Who are you playing? What has your character heard about the Stone Czar?
Hey everyone, I'm Zuri. I'm playing Salas Del Rose, a infiltrator in the Nightmare Lord's court. Salas has heard that the Stone Czar is short. So short, in fact, that he might be used to gnome in disguise, like basically playing a big ruse against the Dwarven people. Mind you, it's not usually said to his face or anything, but that's one of the more derogatory rumors that tends to go around.
That is true. I have also heard that anyone who says such a thing about the Stone Czar is immediately rounded up and they mysteriously disappear. Nobody hears.
Exactly what a gnome would want to happen. So
exactly. Mega, you wanna try your thing again? See if we can hear you a little bit better. I think they might still be working on it. Okay. Well, when they come back, we'll get their answer to this question. But for now, we head to the screen, the main screen, in the city of Gim Garum, I think is how I said it last. There are people kind of moving this way and that. You hear the sound of beasts of burden and other such things. Kathy, your guide, kind of points to this building here and says that that is the main stronghold of the Stone Czar. And she kind of takes in a deep breath and kind of huffs a bit. She goes, "All right, let's mentally prepare ourselves. Oh no, by the ancient forges. Oh, by the forge maker himself. This is terrible. I'm just gonna go down to the local tavern. I'll be right back." And she's kind of looking like she's trying to move past all of you to kind of get away.
I mean, are we in a rush? I guess.
Alright, figured out what it was.
Okay.
That's much better. I can hear you again.
Yeah, apparently it was turned off, and apparently the turn off button doesn't fully turn it off anymore.
I
Turn off
see.
switch. Yeah, switch doesn't fully turn it off. I know.
Okay, well, thankfully we got you back. So, Mega, introduce yourself. Who are you? Who are you playing? And what has your character heard about the Stone Czar?
Well, I'm Mega Draco. I'm playing Raphael Blackhand. As for the Stone Czar, I haven't heard what the rest said because he was messing around, but with the microphone. But as far as he knows, for all the faults he may have, he is not a friend of the Nightmare Lord.
I mean, who's really a friend of the Nightmare Lord?
Yeah, fair. But
But just because
yeah, he doesn't work with him, or like he's not willing to work with Nightmare Lord in any capacity.
Yeah, I can see that. Like he may be an authoritarian, but he does have some. He has some scruples about messing with creatures or like beings like the Nightmare Lord. And with all of that, again, Kathy is looking like she's trying to. She's trying to weasel her way out of introducing you to the Stone Czar. I'll say that, like, time-wise, after you guys have kind of gotten out of the underroads, I want to say it's close to evening time. So you would have, I would say, a couple of hours or so to kind of get like properly attired if you desired to. But that is of course up to you if you want to get any kind of clothing or whatever to kind of distinguish yourselves, or get the armor and clothes that you have kind of repaired and presentable. Again, that is up to you.
Cleaned and washed? Yeah, we'll probably do that, or at least Silas would.
Yeah, clean the blood off the armor.
We'll find a shine station for our robots. Let them have a good whack and all that.
I mean, you certainly do find someone, or like a building that works with cleaning and such, and you find a few more, like a smither who's really good with like kind of oiling and repairing armors. So the armorer kind of goes to town on Tiberius and Mask and Raphael, just like buffing out all those dents and oiling them up, and Tiberius is just like giving a thumbs up, and it's like a content thumbs up. It's like going to like a resort spa for him.
Yeah, Raphael obviously needs the most. Yeah, I'll find a bath and get my clothes cleaned up and look spiffy.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Revere? Is there anything that you want to do?
Yeah, I'll get my armor fixed up and my cloak tailored and get everything nice and have the armor oiled as well so it's not clanking.
Yeah, they certainly do provide so with that materials. The smither and those who kind of work with the armor, you do hear them kind of grumble a little bit about your armor styles, Ruvir. But it's mostly like things like this is good for an elf. Like that's basically their kind of critique of your armor. But they do appreciate the quality of it. It's just it's not dwarven. They try to hawk some of their dwarven armored styles upon you. See if you.
Honestly, my armor's probably dwarven because it's armor of stone flesh. So.
Ooh, actually, you're right. Actually, yeah. If that is what you would have on it, then they probably would like appreciate it a lot more. In fact, they'd probably be patting you on the back, calling you a stonekin or something, because of your stone skin.
I will give them a half-hearted chuckle.
But after all of you have kind of spiffied up and look presentable, Kathy will kind of return with what looks to be essentially would be like a small cask. I would say small as in it is about the size of like a water bottle of like a cask of drink. And she just pops the top like you would a beer can and begins drinking it.
Bourbon rations.
Yeah. And she kind of, again, just kind of takes a deep breath, and she's just kind of like, okay, I had a couple of drinks. I'm good to go. I'm good to be comfortable. She kind of looks at all of you in your nice spiffy clothes, and she kind of looks at herself, and she's like, oh, maybe I should change.
I'll be right back. Here's done.
She'll go, well, never mind that. Let's get you all presentable. And she's like, she starts heading towards the keep. And
How much is a cup of drinks for a dwarf?
A couple of drinks for a dwarf is, like I said, the flask itself is like basically the size of like I want to say like the size of a water bottle, and she's probably had 2 or 3 of those.
Nice.
She is a nervous drinker.
She's not stumbling or anything, is she?
No, it's more like you ever had someone who like drinks something or they smoke to take like the edge off. It's basically like that.
Yeah.
It's basically like that. Like she doesn't look like she's at all drunk. It seems more like her nerves have been calmed by the intoxication.
Raphael, she's obviously struggling. You should say some words of encouragement to make sure she is ready for this.
I believe Raphael is BRBing at the moment.
Oh no!
But fear not, we will get to that post haste. As you all are kind of walking towards the keep, you see again this just a multitude of kind of dwarven guards kind of observing everything. You see, of course, some dwarven citizens kind of moving large casks and crates. The guards themselves seem to be just completely observant of everything that is going on. And as Kathy kind of gets closer to the keep, you'll see a few of the dwarven guards begin to kind of move over to where she is.
Halt! Explain yourselves. What is your business here?
Oh, we begging your pardon, Kathy Ornar of the Ornar clan, here with the heroes of Gogmalder, the ones who fixed the saltwater pump, and well, surely you've heard of the incidents in the underroads with the ettercaps and spider things and what have you. Oh, she shivers.
Right, I'm back.
Wonderful. Raphael, Silas has told you that Kathy looks incredibly nervous and is wanting you to try and give her some pep in her step and some support. How do you help?
Some words of encouragement, yeah.
I guess he. Oh yeah, I have to roll icon dice.
Look at him trying to get at it. Trying to get at this conversation.
And sorry, I'm also lost in the context.
Oh no, it's you guys are just heading to the keep. She is like incredibly nervous about seeing the Stone Czar. So basically, Silas is trying to see if you can give her a pep talk.
It sounds like it won't be that bad. We'll all of us will be there. I mean, so they just help out the city, didn't we?
She kind of nods at that and she goes, I know it's just like, well, how would you feel if you were meeting, you know, the who's on the ivory throne, the Dracoven, I think is one of their names. I'm not. I don't know. I don't really pay attention. It's like if you're meeting the Elven Court, the leaders of the Elven Court in person. It's intimidating. This is an icon we're talking about. It's like meeting me, lowly. Crazy. Just utterly crazy.
I was an icon once, in the previous age.
Her eyes kind of go wide and she goes, oh, well, that just makes me even more nervous. Thank you for doing that for me. Now I got to impress two icons. Oh, by the Forge Maker himself. She looks like she looks like she wants to leave. We'll get another drink. That's how. Raphael, how do you try to prevent her from sneaking off to get another drink?
You've already impressed me with your bravery.
She'll get a little red in the face as you say that. she'll kind of take a deep breath again, and she'll go, Kathy Ornar of the Ornars, here to present again the heroes of Gogmaldur. I'm sure the Stone Czar is expecting them, and I'm sure you don't want to keep him waiting, now do ya? The dwarven guards kind of look at each other. They kind of look at all of you. One of them opens the door, and they just say,
Mind your manners. Also,
as they kind of get to hear, you'll see this one. You'll see him put like a kind of like a bracer onto Kathy's hand, and you'll see kind of runes on it, and you'll see her kind of wince a little bit, but it's almost like kind of like getting a shot, like that kind of thing.
Can I tell what that does?
Yeah. Roll me. I would say if you're doing it investigatively, it would definitely be a intelligence. And a background for spying, prison, that kind of things.
Intelligence kit. Probably not great, but I tried.
I'll give it to you, Silas. You've never seen these before, but you kind of looking at it, you kind of get the impression that these bracers are magically kind of tuned to essentially kind of prevent magic from being used. Obviously, it's used as like a defensive measure. You can't have...
They put it on her?
Yes.
Have we ever seen Kathy use magic?
It's more of... I think they do it more as like a precautionary.
Yeah.
They probably put it on everybody. And she'll kind of go in. This one kind of points to Ruvir first and says,
come up.
They'll kind of look over your... They'll kind of pat you, kind of that sort of thing, which they did to Kathy as well. And you see them put the bracer onto your hand, Ruvir, or do you allow them to do it? Is the real question.
Like, is it stuck on my hand after, or what?
No, it's... You get the impression, again, probably Silas would have told you, is that it's probably so long as you're in, like, the keep itself. Like, if you were to leave the keep, you would probably have to go to a guard and they would remove it for you. But it's
Okay.
It's only for, like, as long as you're in the keep, so that way you're not trying to, like, mess with anything.
I guess so.
They will, they'll put it on. You'll feel that kind of wince from it. And the runes on it. You also see it kind of diminishes, maybe not diminishes the right word, but it gives you like this feeling that you don't want to pull out your scythe either. Like it's almost like meant, like magically it's kind of telling you that it would be very dumb to pull your scythe out and do anything with it. So it's like a way of disarming you without having to actually disarm you.
I mean, that's fine. If they don't, it's fine. Never mind.
And they do it, of course. They get Raphael. They get Tiberius. And it's the same thing. They just put them on. And they just lead you all inside. On the inside, however, despite the kind of cold feeling that you get from the outside, the inside is much more... Let me find it good.
Lively?
Yeah, much, much more lively. It's almost like night and day as you all kind of come inside. Inside there is a dwarven band playing music. There is food and drink aplenty. And it looks like it is not just... It looks like it is members of the Stone Czar's court. is here as well, and you see them kind of talking amongst themselves, and they then kind of turn to see you all kind of come in. And as they kind of come in, Kathy again just kind of she'll sit at like the chair here. She'll start ordering more heavy drinks.
God.
Of course, these the people here, of course, are free for you to talk with if you wish. They are, again, they're just kind of talking amongst themselves, but they do occasionally take glances at you, as, again, you are a myriad of people, strange and alluring into this land. And of course, I should say, there are servants bringing drinks and food as well, and they, of course, present you with them as well.
Ruver will kind of like pick at something, but not really eat it. It's kind of like moving around with a fork.
It's probably some sort of fish.
It's one of those weird fish that has like, it looks like almost like a catfish, but it has way too many eyes.
So very smooth, though. I was gonna say no eyes, but yeah, it's actually worse, I think.
Yes.
Ruver's gonna move next to Silas and be like, "Hey, that dwarf looks like just a colorful Raphael."
Wow, that's kind of mean.
He does, though.
I mean, you're not wrong, but he can also be a dwarf anyway, just taller.
It's true.
As you all are kind of talking, discussing, you will see this this dwarf and lady. She will. I don't know why it says hero. I think it's because I didn't change it on the hero forge, but that's okay. She'll kind of go and she'll go, "Oh, Kathy, it's a pleasure to see you. It's been way too long since you've come to Gimagorum, hasn't it?" And she'll kind of sit down and she'll order a drink, and Kathy will go, "Yeah, it's been way too long, Martha. It's a pleasure to see you." "Oh, yes, it's a pleasure to see everybody here. Oh, no, there's Luger. Oh, please, don't let him look this way at me." And Martha just kind of goes, "My dear, why are you so nervous around Ludger? I mean, wouldn't you be if your ex-fiancé was here? I mean, come on. Plus, you know, you know how it is with those types of things." And then she just chugs down this huge thing of ale. And she'll go, Martha will go, "Yes, I can certainly understand that. But your friends here, they're certainly an interesting bunch." And she kind of points to Ruvir. She goes, "And a wood elf too. Interesting. I'm certain you've heard the rumors of wood elves, haven't you, Kathy?" And Kathy goes, she kind of like kind of baps Martha on the hand. She's like, "Don't say such a thing. That's quite rude to say. I mean, yes, I've heard that they're insatiable in bed, but that doesn't mean that this fellow is, for all I know. Not that I'm trying to look for it or anything. And Moffat just kind of chuckles a bit.
She likes the one in dark armor as well.
Do you say that out loud?
Absolutely, Silas says that out loud.
As you say that, Kathy's eyes go wide, and Maffa goes, really? And she'll kind of scoot past, and she'll kind of go, you have to give me the details, my dear friend. Oh, Maffa Forge Fingers of the Forge Fingers clans. It is quite lovely to meet you.
Salas goes into what do you call it? Court mode, noble mode, whatever you want to call it. He's been in this kind of scene before, so he just kind of blends in as much as he needs to. Kissing the fingers, blah blah blah, whatever the dwarven traditions are, he's aware of.
Yeah, they do that as well. They kind of kiss the hands, of course, of the ladies and such. But for like male dwarves, it's the facial hair. You have to actually run your hands through them. It's like a sign of respect of the luxuriousness.
It's good for Raphael. He's set then.
And again, she goes, "A pleasure, Mr. Delrose. Please give me all the details, the sordid details of my dear friend Kathy. She's, oh my." She looks at Raphael. "I can certainly see why she would be interested in him. He's certainly built like a dwarven stonemason, isn't he?"
Oh, you should have saw him sweep her off her feet when she fainted with the eder caps, and he'll start leaning her towards a table. In the meantime, Salas will be actually tapping along kind of one of the tables, basically just in thieves' cant, trying to see if anybody else picks up on it and keeping an eye out to see if anybody else is kind of tuned into that world.
As you're doing that, Silas, you do see a dwarven maid, one of the servants. She kind of bumps against you, and she almost tumbles her serving onto you, and she goes, "Oh, forgive me, my lord, forgive me." And Maffa kind of moves out of there a little bit. As she kind of moves, and she kind of shakes her head at that. It's like, really? The Stone Czar needs... His head lady needs to get better maids, I must say. Quite rude of her. I hope that
Salas would narrow his eyes, but he's going to check his pockets in case something was slipped in them.
As you feel around, Silas, you do find... something. It's more like a crumpled paper than anything like a letter or anything like that. Meant to be very like something you would have put in your pocket and forgotten about.
Yeah, I was wondering. Okay, I'll get her seated, give her some details, and I'll go to refill our drinks. I'll check it then,
okay.
And I'll basically move him off away from the rest of the group so the rest of them don't have to deal with her.
Okay. As you do that, Mass, what are you and Tiberius doing?
Tiberius probably is just standing in the corner along with the guards, just to, he's probably program isn't the right word, is built to guard things, so that's his natural instinct. Mars is just taking around and taking a look at to see if any of these dwarves are more magically inclined.
As you kind of look around, you do see a lady as well. She's not necessarily dressed in kind of robish clothes, but she's certainly, there's something about her that you can kind of tell that there's some kind of magical properties to her.
Which one is it?
This one right here.
Hey there. I guess Mars will approach her and say like, "Good day, my lady. Sorry to intrude, but you seem to have a bit of a magical aura around you. As a practitioner of magic myself, that's a little intriguing."
As you say that, she kind of chuckles rather heartily. Oh yeah, the name's Heidi. It's a pleasure. Actually, why am I doing an Irish accent? I shouldn't be. Oh my god, Kathy is taking over my brain. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Milk me. Oh yeah, my name Heidi. Heidi's my name. A pleasure.
Good. And mine is Mars. It is a pleasure to meet you as well.
She kind of bows a little bit. Oh my goodness. Silas, as you're saying that, Mafa is like, she's eating it up, and Heidi, she goes, ooh yeah, I've heard of you. No, I'm doing her accent again. I am in
Good try.
Okay, hold on. Okay. Accent. Here we go. Okay. You certainly have that right, my friend. I'm Heide of the Rune Forgers.
This one's great.
We are the ones who create the runic magics that many of the dwarven nobility and of course intrepid adventurers such as yourselves often find in your many magical stores, I'm assuming.
Oh my goodness. Truly? I've been using many of those runes in our adventures so far.
She goes, wunderbar, that is so good that our properties are providing you with a lot of good work. Hopefully, thankfully so. And she kind of thinks for a moment. You seem very familiar. Oh, hold on. And she kind of pulls out of like a pocket. Like, you can see that she's kind of wearing like a more masculine looking outfit. And she'll kind of pull out and she goes, there we are. And she'll show you this mask. It is I'm assuming, anyone's seen Harry Potter? You know, like the newspapers, how they'll kind of have like a thing, like they'll take a picture and then it'll kind of like show movement in it. Something like that. It's something like that, but instead of it being like a picture, it's like someone did a wood cutting and the ink is kind of moving. And in it, you see the words, heroes of Eldolin, prevent the Nightmare Lord's encroachment. And it's basically this kind of story written about your escapades in Eldolin, and kind of has like this description of all of you and all the deeds that you've done so far. And she goes, Sir Mask, would you be so kind as to sign this, perhaps? And she'll kind of give you the paper so that you could sign it. Like an autograph.
Oh, for autograph, okay. I thought it was some kind of contract or something. So I'll look at it and I'll say, certainly, my lady, and must sign it.
She'll go, thank you so much. That is so wonderful. You do not know how jealous my family will be. Hearing that I've gotten an autograph with one of the heroes of Elderland. You have to tell me. And she kind of like plops you onto like the chair, like forcefully so. And she goes, you have to give me all the details of what happened in that city. There have been so many rumors. Is it true? Is it true that you guys defeated a weird monster made of metal and flesh?
Correct. Did we? I don't know what that will be.
The grave gears were technically metal and flesh.
Ah, okay, that. Ah. Oh, okay, yes, I did. Indeed. It was a bit of I suppose we did that, and it's a bit of a tragedy for him, but it had to be done in order to make the world a safer place.
She kind of nods at that and she goes, please, you have to tell me everything, all the crazy things that you have seen. And she just begins talking to you about, all her different theories on, why the Nightmare Lord was attempting to do what he did and all these other things. Raphael, what are you doing?
I'm striking a conversation with the dwarf with a big axe.
Yes. That is a Magmaria. And if you recall, you know that Cathay said that Magmaria is a very important figure in the Stone Czar's court, as she is in his army, as she is one of the few dwarves who are allowed to keep their name. And the axe that she has, it is a family. It looks like, you can tell, Raphael, that it is like a magic item.
Right.
So how do you strike up the conversation with her?
Tell her, you look like an experienced warrior. You must have some interesting stories to tell.
That I do. You certainly look like a very competent fighter as well.
She kind of she'll kind of sit herself over on this seat, and you'll see her kind of put her arm down, like her elbow, and she'll go, how about we talk with our arms, shall we? You hear her kind of cracking her knuckles.
Well, I never say no to a challenge.
She kind of smiles at that and she says, just don't cry if you lose. I hate sore losers.
No, I won't.
Okay, with that, Raphael, I'm going to roll a strength thing for her, and you roll strength, and I'm going to let you do a background for it. And she's pretty strong. She's not like superhumanly strong. So let's see. Okay, a 17. You need to beat a 17.
Oh my god.
A 24. And with how does your knightly virtues help you with
Well, as a knight, I'm used to being around other knights, sort of soldiers, and this is part and parcel of how soldiers interact.
That's very true. And
For reference, I have set up the result of Salus's evening in memes and art just for reference.
okay.
Sorry, what was that?
He put the memes channel. Raphael.
What?
I gotta try and maybe I'll like figure out a way to. I do want to show. You know what? I'll open the browser. There we go. That's
And she's definitely a publisher, so this is happening. So.
Oh yes, the Mafa is notorious. She's a notorious lurid writer, known for her tales. So you're giving her plenty of material to work with. Getting back to Raphael, of course. Raphael, as you're kind of gripping Magmaria's like hand, and she's like obviously putting up a decent bit of resistance on you, but it only takes a few moments, and you kind of win with that situation. And she'll kind of wince a little bit, and she'll kind of shake her arm a little bit, and she goes, "Nice work, nice work."
You did pretty good yourself.
She'll go, "Yeah, but I obviously need to." She kind of like hits her arm a little bit. She kind of goes, "Need to get back to pumping more iron so I can flip you over this table sometime."
I'll take that challenge.
She'll kind of chuckle a bit, and she'll go, "I certainly hope so." And you'll see soon enough as the evening kind of goes, you hear the music begin to slowly fade. Begin to feel that, maybe not intensity. What is a good? You feel like there's a bit of tension. Actually, let's use this one. There we go. The music kind of shifts. Now it sounds more kind of industrial. The dwarven guards and all the dwarves kind of stand at attention as you hear you hear like a page kind of saying, "It is with our great honor and the honor of Stone, the great and prosperous lands, the great city of Dim Garam, and with it, we are here to witness and so we present his Lord, the Stone Czar." And kind of coming up from this thing in the center, you see this figure appear from the stonework itself. He is covered in regalia. Everything about him looks to be of stone, and he wields a runic hammer that's made out of stone itself, and runes kind of upon it kind of glisten with red. And just in time, Ruvir, what are all of your responses when you see the Stone Czar himself appear before you?
I'm gonna look and see how Cathay responds, and then just copy that.
As I said, I'd be looking at the other ones and seeing if they like bow or anything, or if they do anything like raise their, lower their gaze, that sort of thing.
The dwarves, the ones that are in the military, you see them kind of put their arm to their chest, obviously, and like salute. For the nobility, they kind of look down and they kind of turn their eyes to the.
I'd follow the nobility example.
Yeah, me too.
Makes sense.
And the Stone Czar kind of sticks his hand up, and it kind of lowers the music a little bit of the band playing, and he kind of turns to the page, and he goes. You hear him kind of whisper something, and the page quickly runs over to Kathy, and he says to Kathy, "What is the names of the heroes of Gimagorum?" And Kathy looks, "Oh no." she'll kind of look at Ruvir, and she'll kind of go, "Okay, everyone, you kind of need to give me a party name. You got to give me something." I know I said we had a bit of time, but we didn't have a bit of time since we were dealing with the Ettercaps and everything else down there.
I'm gonna point them at Silas, because Silas is the word person.
Kathy will look over to Silas. The page is kind of nervously looking around as the Stone Czar just kind of goes.
Give me 1 minute.
If you find in Nightmare Lord, could be the Dreambringers.
So I was going to listen to the dream, honestly. So yeah, you're on the same idea that I was having with it. Would you say it Dream Reapers?
Dreambringers.
Dream Ringers?
Bringers.
Bringers. What do you guys think? I kind of like that one, actually.
It could work.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go with Dream Bringers. He came up with it. I'm gonna. We'll say Raphael said, and we'll just grow with it.
Okay, so Silas, how do you present that? Do you just tell that to the page, or do you make a more kind of grandiose kind of display of the name?
Knowing Silas, not Zuri specifically, but Silas would absolutely add some titles in there based on what we've done so far. Because we didn't just restore the whatchamacallit,
the pump.
The pump. We also had some, major efforts in Eldolan, so, bring those up essentially. He'd probably downplay himself, but he would focus more on what's the word here? He would focus more on the things the others have done and kind of just downplay his own efforts a little bit.
Okay. The page, kind of hearing that, kind of goes, and he goes, "Presenting Ruvir Calix, defender of the city of Elderland, defeater
of the great quartz skulkers in the underworlds. Healer to the destitute. Symbol of Aelin. And then he'll go to Raphael and say, Raphael Blackhand. Liberator of the dead. Heroic paladin. Defeater of the grave gears of Elderlin. And he'll go to Mask and he'll say, Mask and Tiberius. Weaver of the arcane and his faithful soldier. Bringers of great power and knowledge. And then he'll go, Silas Del Rose. Influential. Influential, and he kind of thinks for a moment, and he'll go, influential and mysterious. These are the heroes of Elderlin, the great warriors of Demagorum, of Gog Maldor. These are the dream bringers, my Lord Stone Czar. The Stone Czar will kind of nod, and the music again kind of goes and deafens. There's a quietness in the air, except for the sound of even the outside, I would say, probably deafens as well. Almost like unnaturally so. And the Stone Czar kind of goes, this is a monumentous occasion. The people of my lands, they suffered with pump destroyed, and snakes attempted to poison their hearts against me. But they have failed in those endeavors, thankfully to you, heroes of Gimagorum. It is my pleasure to present you with gifts. And you'll see him kind of put his hand on the stone, and out of the stone, like I'll say, kind of like Ruvir where you are, Raphael where you are, you'll see the stone actually come up, and it'll kind of present you with a magic item. And it can be a magic item that you're wanting to have.
Right.
Take these magic items that you certainly have earned. And then he'll hear him say, resume the music, resume the dance. This is a monumentous time for celebration. And the band will continue to play, but not playing the very happy music. No, it's again the very kind of militaristic sound of the Stone Czar. And it is with that, as you guys are kind of working on getting the magic items that you desire, the night is kind of filled again with singing and food, but something happens close to me.
like, all of you, if you would like, roll me wisdom background for, again, kind of like a danger that something is going to
I'm still not perceptive, so.
But yeah, that 27 definitely gets mask. Time kind of freezes, I would say, for all of you. Turn that down a little bit. Time kind of freezes. But Silas, Raphael, you both sense it. You sense it quite well. You see, or rather you hear, the sound of glass breaking. And as the glass breaks, as the glass breaks, you hear the sounds of dwarven people.
Revolting?
Oh yeah, they are definitely revolting. In fact, Silas, do you try to look outside to see what's going on?
I suspect Silas knowing I imagine he's already kind of aware of it as something's hurling towards the window anyway.
Yeah.
So he would kind of sidestep it and then start gesturing Maffa that she should likely be getting somewhere a little bit safer.
Maffa, she kind of instantly goes under the table. You'll see the guards and some of the other nobility. You'll hear outside. You'll hear the sounds of. Let's see.
So you gotta have a good chant going, right?
Yeah, it's a good chant going on. It's in Dwarvish. But you know a little bit of Dwarvish, I'm sure Kathy would also translate. It's basically saying, break the stone is basically the, break apart the stone heart, which is the clan name of the Stone Czar.
How does he look? I imagine furious.
He is. You hear him yell out in Dwarvish, but of course you get the impression of it very, I think it's because I didn't put the thing on there. There we go.
Repeat or whatever?
Yeah, I didn't put it on repeat, unfortunately. Sometimes it's a little weird sometimes. But yeah, you basically hear him say, "Troops, prepare your weapons. Bring down these accursed traitors. Show them no quarter." And you'll hear the guards begin to kind of salute as you begin to see people, dwarven citizens, armed with Silas. You know these weapons quite well. These are smuggled in weapons. But as you look at one of them, it has the emblem of the faceless on them.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that.
And in fact, as people begin to pour in, and you hear them kind of scuffling with the guards, you see, Silas, you see the little old dwarven woman shouting to break apart the stone heart, and she gives you the creepy smile again. Silas, did you ever read the note that was given in your pocket?
I said I had when I went up to the counter. That was the intention. We didn't get back to it at that point.
No, that's fine. We'll do like a little like flashback, and you'll kind of open it, and you'll see that it says again in kind of thieves' cant. It says, "We'll provide the distraction. Don't worry, you'll be able to kill." And it has kind of like a winking face on it, and you know who it belongs to.
Yeah.
As that happens, you see the Stone Czar kind of touch the stone here, and you'll hear him say, "Troops, get to the bottom of the keep. I know what they are after." And he disappears under it, along with a few of the guards as well. You hear the sounds of fighting, the sounds of slaughter, as the Dwarven guards are attacking, or rather they are attempting to put down this riot. Mafa kind of pulls her head out, and she kind of thinks for a moment, and she goes, "Oh, everyone, in here!" And she kind of opens up this heavy door, and she kind of gets inside. Heidi kind of does the same. The gentlemen, they and Mafa and Heidi kind of close up this door here. You can obviously hear them kind of putting like a bed or something over it. As for the other two, the gentlemen, they excuse me. They go into this room, and they seem to like hold things up themselves. Magmaria, on the other hand, kind of pulls out her axe, and she looks like she's gonna go join the fight. But you do notice that this right here has been left open. Silas, you do know what your mission was, right? That there was a prisoner in the...
Yeah, you said, why did the note say kill? That's what threw me off.
You, as you kind of think about that, you look at the bracers. The bracers don't have the runes on them anymore. Someone tampered with the magic.
We can't stay here. Let's head down.
Kathy kind of sees you all, and she goes, "What are you doing? What's going on?"
This place is turning into a battlefield, Kathy. We can't stay here. And escaping out will just meet the crowd.
She goes, "You're going down into the Stone Czar's keep? Are you crazy?"
Where would you have us go?
She kind of looks, and she kind of goes, oh, and she kind of hefts herself over the seat. Magmaria, you see her kind of look to Kathy, and she says to Kathy, "Keep yourself safe, Ornar. This magma heart goes to her end." And you'll see her kind of push this door open, and you'll see her basically roar out as she kind of heats up her axe.
Well, I mean, I don't know that I can't fight, or that I can fight, so I'll follow Silas.
As we're descending the stairs, I'm gonna fall back slightly and look at Mask and say, "Mask, I need you to use that big old brain of yours and tell me, have you ever heard the name Drill before?"
Max is gonna use his big old brain, robot brain, and think about whether he heard it before.
Okay, give me an intelligence and...
For what it's worth, I'd say it loud enough for Raphael and Rubier too, just in case.
What's the name?
What name?
Drill.
Yeah, they're spinny things that go on the ground.
The guy from Twitter.
Mask, you with your wizard from another age. Ooh, both of you got some stuff. Okay. I'll say that. Mask, you kind of think on it, and it goes, the name sounds familiar, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Raphael goes, he was, you go, he's a Forgeborn. But one of the first. He was during the Clockwork War.
Was he a leader of them?
Raphael, you would know that Drill wasn't necessarily a leader. He was essentially what we would call a terrorist. Or, by extensions, I guess he would be a rebel, but for the dwarves they would call him a terrorist. Like, he did a lot of unsavory things during the conflict.
How accurate is that? Like, I assume Mask and Raphael would actually know the truth behind it more than anybody else probably would. Like, not just the stories, but like, is it accurate that he's a terrorist? Like, is he a bad person that I've been asked to release?
Well, again, what is I would say that with both of them, they would probably have different interpretations of it. But
Oh yeah.
both would probably still be accurate in one way or another. I mean, releasing, maybe not releasing is the right word, but like drilling through the ground and releasing basically a cornucopia of creatures from the underroad to basically attack people while you liberate other Forgeborns that were enslaved by the dwarves. Like that's basically kind of what I'm trying to get with him.
And I presume this keep is going right down towards the prison?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Kathy, what do you think the Stone Czar thought they were after that he's going to protect?
She kind of thinks for a moment, and she goes...
Same question to the others if they have a better idea, but...
She goes... I mean, frankly, if I was the Stone Czar, I'd be going down and keeping my treasures. I mean, that's obviously what these people are wanting to do. They're wanting to kill him, of course, but you think they're just doing it just for some idea of revolution? No, they're doing it because they want to fill their pockets. Been hired by some goons or some sort of something that caused problems for all of us. You can certainly tell her opinion of what's going on. She may not exactly like the Stone Czar's methods, but he is her ruler.
And she's still... Yeah, that's fair.
What about everyone else?
Yeah.
I have no opinion on the subject. Actually, wait, I might have opinions on next subject. He's a Forgeborn, eh? He's like... I wonder if he has any... because of his Forgeborn nature, is like, I wonder if this guy had a point, or perhaps it's just propaganda. Who knows?
So Silas thinks he's going to get the prisoner? Or what do we think he's after?
No, Silas just asked about this guy named Drill. It hasn't really been clear what he was getting across just yet.
Okay.
I assume most of the guards have already been diverted from where we're going anyway at this point.
Yeah. So there is a strong possibility you might be finding some guards. But whichever the case, you head down the stone. You hear the sound of voices deep in the dark. And you do find yourselves down in the prisons.
Where did we come in at?
Right down here.
When was this person supposed to have been a terrorist?
I'm sorry, River?
When was the person supposed to have been a terrorist? Was it like a long time ago?
Yeah. It was during the Clockwork Wars, which was a couple of ages back.
How powerful was he? Do we know? Based on them too?
Probably not as strong as an icon, but definitely like an iconic agent or like an elite, basically. So pretty.
Are we
strong.
talking? We're talking above our pay grade essentially, or no?
I would say yes. I would say cusp of epic, so probably level 7.
I'm gonna ask Silas what they think we're doing here.
Sauce is gonna hesitate at the door to the prison essentially before going in. He doesn't look curse under his breath, I think. He's gonna look at the others, because Kathy's with us too, right?
Yes, she is.
And he's gonna waver.
Ooh, drama. I like that. I like it.
He'd sigh after a long moment and kind of step back away from the prison door and say, "Hold on. This whole thing was orchestrated by the Faceless. They want Drill broken out of the prison. I'm telling you this now because I don't know if we should do this." On one hand, my suspicion is the Faceless wants to see the Stone Czars toppled. I don't know if we want that, though.
Which one is the Faceless again, for my reference? I don't remember.
The Faceless is... Well, you've heard a lot of different things about them. Some people have just said that it's just a thief. Most people say that they are secretly they are an instigator. Someone who instigates conflict, often as a means of distraction and chaos. But the thing about the Faceless is that nobody, again, has never seen their face, so nobody knows what they look like. But they often seem to be, again, someone who seems to cause, at least to some
mysterious puppet master sort,
yes,
more or less.
Yeah, definitely, definitely that.
We've seen the Dwarven lands by this point, a good chunk of them.
Mm-hmm.
We have to make a decision here. Is this worth undertaking or not?
I don't understand why we would do this exactly.
The question becomes, do you want to see the Stone Czars stay in power? This is what this whole thing is basically leading towards. This has been open, so he'd hesitate again here how to explain this. this whole night, this whole attack was orchestrated by the Faceless. He's outfitted the people with weapons. He's got one of their agents essentially leading this attack. This was so I could get in here and try and get him out, but I don't know if I want to do that. So I'm looking to you all. Is the Stone Czar so bad? Is his rule so iron-fisted that this is worth overthrowing here and now? Or what do you want to do?
I want to hear what Mask thinks about this.
I can't say anything about the political situation, if I may say so myself, but I am pretty interested to learn how this drill person, what this drill person is really like.
So more or less wizardly curiosity to at least speak with them. All right.
Yeah, wizardly curiosity to speak with a forgebot.
Raphael, any thoughts?
I think it would be a good thing. I don't think this would be the right time. Not with the Nightmare Lord in action. Not with his plans. Not with him undertaking his plans right now.
Rivier? Zen?
Sorry, I missed the last chunk of the audio. My headphones messed up. What had Raphael said?
Essentially, Raphael said that now is not really a good time for this because of the Nightmare Lord's movements and such. That this is not a good time to be doing.
Yeah, it's a good time to add more instability into the world, even if it's eventually a good thing comes of it.
Like, do we know what the Faceless will do with Drill?
No. I suspect even having him free would be problematic to the Dwarven people for obvious reasons. And he might even, or they might even get joined in with this revolt and lead it, who knows. It would definitely escalate things, and I suspect that's what the Faceless is after. For what reason, I don't know any more than that.
I mean, I feel like a lot of innocent people will die if we let Drill out.
A lot of innocent people are being killed above us, too.
Because of the Faceless.
Yep. I see this going one of two ways. We either go after Drill here, or I've just turncoated on the Faceless and we have to go and track down the one that's leading this and take them out instead.
I'll go with what the party says, I guess. I'm not sure what would be the good idea right now.
I'll go with what Silas decide.
Shit.
Part of character is kind of like he's turning point anyway, right?
Personally, I love this. I love this right now. Just the.
I know you do.
It's like.
Yeah.
Yes, the chaos.
Raphael, anything to add?
I've already said my piece.
And we have had one person not speak up, and that's Kathy. What do they think?
I don't think Kathy will
She
be.
is. I will say this about. I'll say this about Kathy. She is. She is shaking. You can see. Her hair is kind of like covering her face. Her hands are trembling. You can hear, the sound. You know the sound, right? The sound of someone trying to stifle tears. Like she's trying to be strong, and she is failing. She's failing pretty bad.
Sauce curses again, this time in Elven. He's going to grab Kathy's arm, push her into the prison, and close the door behind him. Stay here, he'll say.
As you say that, you'll see her. She's like kind of pushing on it, and she's basically saying, "What are you doing? Don't you do it, you bastards!"
Saul starts leading them back up the stairs. And he'll start explaining as he goes, Tyrek is a doppelganger. He could be anybody in the crowd. Right now he's been favoring a form with a small old dwarven woman. And he'll give them a good description. We need to find and kill him to end this.
Don't mind me, I'm just looking for some we could this is gonna be some interesting.
Oh my god, Drill had 2 1s in his name, that's great. I'm just gonna swap my faceless relationship to negative. I don't see any way that doesn't become negative after this, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Or at least very heavily conflicted, one of the two.
Okay, so what? Okay, so basically, Kathy is in the prison. Yeah, we'll just put her. We'll just say that you threw her. Actually, yeah. We'll just say
Either, in a cage, or, we're not. If we go in far enough, the guards would probably stop us. We're just gonna say, hey, keep her safe, and we're leaving.
Yeah, the guards would be quite confused by that, but they'll basically put her in the flat where the ales are.
Perfect.
And so what'll
Well, that's the end of the supply.
Oh yeah.
she's a stress drinker, so we just set them up for a horrible time.
Okay, so you guys return back to the city, and I don't have any artworks for. Actually, I can grab them really quick. It's fine. You're going to see, of course, a myriad of dwarven rabble, because now they do have the. I forgot that since they got the BCRE 2 stuff, they can have the rabble there, so I can put some stuff there. I just need to find some people, which shouldn't take too long. Let's go.
I need to get somewhere high. Can you guys get me up? Maybe on top of this roof or something?
was their So yeah, as this is kind of going on, you're just seeing rabble, you're seeing dwarves attacking each other.
Just saying rabble, yeah.
Yeah, rabble. They're saying no.
We're gonna fight the Hamburglar.
Rabble. Torn apart to stop. Okay, with that, you guys are again back up on the surface.
Is there a way up to the roof from somewhere in here, or no?
Yeah, there is.
Alright, so Sauce's gonna try to get as high as he can, get up on the roof, basically get a good view of the area, and get everybody to follow him.
Alright, climb up. I'm probably gonna lift Mask up, and then I'm probably gonna have to help Raphael get Tiberius up. I feel like Tiberius is not an all-terrain golem.
He does his best.
Yeah, I will say that you guys do kind of push each other up upon the roof, and you see again the fighting that is going on. It looks rather, you're not quite sure, I should say, who looks like to be winning. There's a lot more rabble than there are guards, but the guards are more well equipped. Let's see. If you would like to try and find the little old dwarven lady, good old wisdom and a thing for observing or investigating. As I work on getting somebody.
That should be really good.
My lows are so raw today.
Your lows are so roll?
Yes, my lows are so raw today.
Okay. Oof. Yeah, Raphael and Mask. Even Ruvir, you guys are kind of, you're watching the conflict go on. It's like part of you, maybe you're just kind of horrified by what's going on, like just seeing the massacring that's kind of going on. Silas, you see clear as day. Clear as day. The little old lady. The little old lady is right here, dead center.
Basically being an instigator sort of thing?
Yes. In fact, you actually do see, with that roll, you can even see that the little old lady uses her walking stick. She actually trips a dwarven guard and she bashes his brains in with it.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I am going to have Silas kind of hone in on her. If she doesn't seem worried or anything, I assume she's kind of just holding her own, considering. He's actually going to take the time to do a ritual here.
Oh, okay.
You know, basically kind of slip around the back of the roof so he's kind of out of sight, but he's going to start undertaking a fairly elaborate ritual. I've got a spell for it in mind, and it actually fits a lot. I have the one called the Faceless Fandango, which is basically fluffed as Silas learning a dance very much close to the Faceless and his ability itself. Turning the a dance of deception and guile, essentially. But he's going to take the magic of the Faceless that's kind of with him, and I'm going to combine that with my Elven Court 6 or icon relationship that I rolled earlier. And he's going to basically be setting up an effect to cancel any shape-changing magic in the city. Because if there's one Faceless, there's not going to be multiple. So if he brings down all the disguises at once and kind of disables them for a time, the people that are revolting might second guess it, and it won't be so big of a deal when we come down and beat the crap out of this monstrous looking bastard.
Okay, I like it. So, describe for me how you do your ritual.
This is a Silas ritual, so he would be using his own blood as the conduit for this. So he would basically kind of slit his hand and start letting it kind of trickle down the roof, and as it starts to... It at first flows like blood, and then it starts to form into rivulets and starts to spread out through the town little bit by little bit. And it turns kind of a foggy gray as it begins to spread out, and basically begins to slowly cover the town bit by bit. And it's not till he basically reacts with it that the mist that's been kind of billowing up suddenly clears out, and it basically sweeps out all the different illusions and disguises in the area.
Okay. You do notice I will say that you do notice that some of the Dwarven rabble, some of them, most of them you can tell are definitely dwarves, but you see a few human-looking people begin to kind of appear throughout it. And as that happens, and you see a bit of the magic or the illusion kind of fades, and the little lady turns into this fellow. You'll hear him kind of gnash his teeth, and he will go, "You really decided to grow conscious, Silas? Or should I say, mirage? This is why your kind will never be efficient at anything that needs to be done. And it is right here that we're going to pause the game, right at a climactic battle point.
Yes, and that's not the only illusion that was tore down, because as the illusions are disappearing and dropping, Salus's own drops, and he has elven ears, a green and blue eye, and I've just tossed in the wrong chat.
Okay. And it is there. We'll scroll over. Okay. Ooh, I really enjoyed this session. Zure, what did you like, and what do you want to see next time?
I want to kick fucking Turek's ass. I enjoyed playing up Silas, and even though he gets a nice reveal in this session, I was not intending on it, I'll be completely honest. But the way things were going, I don't think he could have kept doing what he was going to do and roped these guys into making ourselves essentially traitors of the city without them really knowing what's going on.
Okay, I like it. Zen, what did you like, and what do you want to see next time?
I liked hanging out with Kathy. Had a good time. I also like Kathy getting really embarrassed. That's funny.
Yes.
And next time I'm gonna smush a fellow with my scythe.
That is, honestly, I am all for that. Unfortunately, I know that Mecha can't say anything, but if you can type it out, that would be good. Nanaka, what did you like, and what do you want to see next time?
I thought it was interesting to learn about Drill, the guy on Twitter. Question. What's time? Gonna see what this. Want to see what this Silas. How Silas will develop after this, I suppose. Like a turning point for him, I say.
Okay. And Raphael says he really enjoyed the moment in the prison where they were deciding about it. It was very tense and very exciting. That was also what I really, really liked. I was honestly not sure what was going to happen. I had statted up the dwarven guards because I was like, are they gonna do it? Are they gonna break out Drill? Are they going to fight against these guards? Like, what's gonna happen? I was very not sure what you guys were planning to do. But that is why I like playing this game. You never quite know what the players are gonna do. And oftentimes, what you have planned as a GM does not compare to what the players throw into your lap with their own decisions. I love that so much. So, for next time, the burning of Gimagorum. Will the Dream Bringers be able to quelch the just complete, utter, I guess not dismay is the right word. Can they push back against Tyrek and his agents of the Faceless? What will that mean for Silas and the Reveal? What does that all mean for this group? We'll find out next time on The Looming.